سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأني أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. So as the brother said, and as you can see, today's talk is about Christmas, Christianity and British Islam. And obviously just 2 days ago was Christmas, and even the British public, as soon as Christmas finished, they're actually relieved that it's finished because of all the running around and the Christmas parties and the presents and all the stuff they need to do. Once it's out the door, the next day is Boxing Day, and then the shops again for the for the January sales. But the question I want to start with is the issue of the 25th of December. Now, 25th December, as I said, it was 2 days ago. It was Christmas Day, and it's the biggest day in the calendar for a lot of people. It's definitely the biggest day in the economic calendar for this country, because so many people go out there and buy things and presents, and everyone benefits from the 25th of December. But 25th of December was an important day long before the so-called Christmas. Long before. Here you can see a picture of Stonehenge. And this picture is taken at Stonehenge around the time of the winter solstice. Now the winter solstice happens when the days stop getting shorter and actually start to get longer. Now Europe, before Christianity, were pagans. They used to worship many different gods. You know, if you watch some films, you see Zeus, and you see all these Orion, Saturn, and they used to worship so many different gods. And one of the main gods that the people used to worship was the sun, because the sun was seen as a source of all of life. And in the winter days, you know, when we pray, and you feel like you're praying every 1 hour, you got to pray again, because the days are so short. And in the winter days, they felt that the sun was losing its power. The darkness was getting its way over light. But at the winter solstice, this is when the daylight starts to get longer. And they say the sun starts to regain over the darkness. And in Europe, they used to celebrate this in the winter solstice, and they still, if you go to Stonehenge, on the 21st of December, which is when the winter solstice is celebrated, because it's the first day after the shortest day of the year, which is the 20th of December, they will celebrate, the pagans will go there, many other people will go there and celebrate the winter solstice. Now in this country, this celebration is called Yule, and in Northern Europe, it was called Yule, the celebration of the sun getting victory over the darkness. Now in Rome, there was the Roman Empire, Julius Caesar and the Romans, and the way they used to fight, and all the history that came with Rome. They had another celebration, the same time of year. They called it Saturnalia. And Saturn was obviously is a planet, but it was also for them the god of harvest. And at that time of year, they also used to celebrate Saturnalia. The winter solstice used to be from the 17th, the Saturnalia used to be from the 17th of December to the 23rd of December. They used to celebrate Saturnalia. Again, the victory of the sun over the darkness. They also celebrate 2 days later the birth of the sun god Mithras, which was the Babylonian sun god. And this is what they used to celebrate on the 25th of December. So throughout Europe, people were celebrating around this time the issues related to the sun and the sun in victory over the darkness, and the birth of the sun god Mithras. This was happening throughout Europe and it was also in other parts of the world. They used to do what? They used to do loads of celebrating. They used to drink wine. They used to have their trees, the evergreen trees, the Christmas trees as we call them today. They used to decorate them with lights. They used to give each other presents. They used to do a lot of messing about. They used to change the roles. The slave would become the master and the master would become a slave. And they had 12 days of celebrating. And this was going throughout all this cold winter season. Around the same time of the 25th and on the 25th of December, there was all this worshipping of the sun going on. So all this drinking and partying and giving each other presents and having Christmas trees and bringing the Christmas trees then inside the house and decorating the Christmas trees. This was all happening around the 25th of December. But then something changed in Europe. The Roman Empire became the Holy Roman Empire. Because before, the Roman Empire used to worship all the different Greek gods and many different gods and sun worshipping and moon worshipping, all these different sorts of worshipping. And you can see here pictures of how the Roman army might have been with their crosses and their swords fighting in the name of God. And how did that happen? There was this famous person in Roman history. His name was Constantine. Now, the Roman Empire in the 4th century AD was becoming weak. It was becoming, there was a lot of infighting going on, and Christianity was growing because Isa alayhi salam, as we spoke about last week, his message around 2,000 years ago is when Prophet Isa alayhi salam was born, and people started to become Christians. Quite a lot of people in the Roman Empire started to become Christians. So Constantine came up, saw these different Christian factions in the Roman Empire, and they all said different things. They were having different beliefs about Jesus and saying different things about Jesus. And he said, we're going to get all these different Christian denominations and different beliefs in a council to decide what is the Christianity that we as the Roman Empire will endorse. And this was the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. It's the most important date in Christendom, because from that day, that's when Christianity is as we know it today. So he got all these people, you can see all this is a picture of the Council of Nicaea, all the different bishops and everything, got together by Constantine, the emperor of the time, to decide on what is the Bible that we're going to follow. Because at that time, they decided what is the Bible, and what are the parts of the Bible that we're not going to accept, and what are the parts of the Bible that we are going to accept, and make this the Bible that the Christians will follow. And this happened in 325 AD. Now Constantine at that time, he wasn't even a Christian, but he wanted to use Christianity to unify the Roman Empire and to give it more energy. But Constantine here, as you can see him here, he then, they say, became a Christian. He was baptized a Christian. And Constantine being the head of the Roman Empire became the Holy Roman Empire. They took on a religious factor and used to fight in the name of God. Now, the problem was that in the Roman Empire, most of the people were still pagans. They were still celebrating and worshipping the sun, the moon, the trees. They were still having witches and wizards and all sorts of things going on. Now, in order to get these people to follow Christianity, they had to convert all these people. And not only they had to convert the pagans, they had to force the other people, the Christianity that they decided upon, all those people that didn't believe in that form of Christianity, they were fighting them as well. So they had to go out and convert the pagans and convert people to Christianity. And in doing that, all these other days of celebration that they had, instead of trying to force their beliefs upon them,